Police officers are often at the sharp end of some of the most terrifying events in society, sometimes putting their life in danger in the line of duty. Nowadays, due to the extensive use of body and dash cams, we can see for ourselves some of the things that the police have to deal with on a daily basis. In this video, we'll take a look at 10 clips police have caught on their dash cams and the terrifying stories behind each one. As always, hit those lights, sit back, and enjoy. Not so wonderful. In February 2022, police officer Jeff Boetner was driving along Highway 51 in Shawano County, Wisconsin. The wintry conditions were appalling, and he encountered several vehicles skidding off the highway, with some in the middle of the road. Take a look at what happens next. The noise of more vehicles crashing into the back of him is horrifying. In total, 39 vehicles were involved. Luckily, Jeff escaped without any serious injury, and whilst trapped in his patrol car, was concerned he couldn't help anyone. However, eventually he managed to free himself and helped to rescue the stricken vehicles. Roll over. This next clip shows the dangers of travelling too fast in icy conditions. A Vermont state trooper stopped to assist the driver, whose Chevy Colorado had hit the guardrail following a two-vehicle crash, and was taking details when this happened. The Honda car on the other side of the barrier had lost control on a bend and ended up sideways in a ditch. The debris from the roll ended up showering the officer and the Chevy, but luckily both the officer and the occupants of the Chevy escaped unharmed. However, the occupants of the Honda were not so lucky. The driver wasn't wearing a seatbelt and was ejected from the vehicle. Fortunately, he survived but was badly injured. In the back were two young children who were strapped in car seats. Thankfully, they escaped uninjured but shaken. A powerful reminder of the importance of wearing a seatbelt. When self-drive goes wrong. A Tesla has long been heralded as the safest car on the road, and Elon Musk has always emphasized that safety is Tesla's #1 priority, and the range has consistently topped safety ratings in both the US and Europe. However, the self-drive feature on some models is somewhat more controversial, and in this next clip filmed in August 2020, we can see what happens when self-drive goes wrong. Two North Carolina law enforcement officers were stood in front of their patrol vehicle after they had arrived to assist on a wreck scene when this happened. The driver of the Tesla had put the car on autopilot whilst he had settled down to watch a movie. After clipping the officers, the cruiser hit a traffic sign and trees before stopping in a ditch. The Tesla driver was initially charged with not moving over for an emergency vehicle and distracted driving, but those charges have since been dropped. It's worth noting that autopilot features on Teslas currently require active driver supervision and are not designed to make the car autonomous. Narrow escape. In December 2022, large parts of the US were affected by heavy snow, and this next footage shows one police officer in Ohio having a very lucky escape on Christmas morning, when an out-of-control Toyota hurtles towards him as he assists another driver. Take a look.
Hang tight. No injuries with me, I'll check another driver. Slow down!
No injuries yet.
Thankfully, both the officer and Toyota driver walked away without injuries, although both vehicles were left badly damaged. Desperately trying to escape. In July 2018, Byron police officers were called after reports of an SUV being driven recklessly on GA Highway 42. The report stated the vehicle was driving into the other lane and almost hitting oncoming traffic. When the police finally caught up with the driver, she caused carnage trying to escape, ramming into a police car, hitting 2 pedestrians and backing into another vehicle. She was uncooperative when onlookers tried to reason with her, and in a desperate attempt to escape, she even drove over stop sticks that police had put in place, and continued her escape with a flat tire until she was finally intercepted further down the highway. Take a look at this wild footage the police caught of the incident. When the woman was arrested, it was discovered she had a small child in the back of her car, who thankfully wasn't physically hurt in the incident. Moments from death. On February 15, 2022, State Trooper Travis Hood pulled over a speeding car on the I-25 interstate in Adams County, Colorado. Dashcam footage from his motorcycle showed Travis walking over to the driver's side window, speaking to the motorist and asking for ID. Then he returns to his bike, and a few seconds later this happens.
State Trooper, station is 78, it's a 55 zone. Maybe you have your license, registration. Fine's not as high, and then you can either go to court or do it online. Be right back. Everyone know 1033. The car stop just got struck. Send me some cars over here in medical. Are you okay?
Minor injuries were sustained by the occupants of both vehicles, but miraculously no one else was hurt. The lady driver of the van was charged with careless driving. Explosion. In April 2018, police officers in Hurst, Texas were attending a call and got more than they bargained for. Initially they went to investigate reports that an SUV had run off the road and crashed into a house. But as one of the officers got out of his car and approached the scene, this happened. Five people, including 2 officers and 3 people inside the house, were injured in the blast that was triggered after the SUV hit a natural gas line, causing the house to explode. Pretty terrifying, but it could have been a lot worse for those involved. Montecito Mudslide 2018. In January 2018, mudslides swept through the Montecito region in California. The damage they caused was devastating, and more than 125 homes were destroyed, and 300 more were damaged by mud and debris. Sadly, 21 people lost their lives. This next footage shows police officers patrolling the area when they get caught up in a powerful wave of mud, trees and debris. Their dashcam footage shows how they tried to maneuver their car out of danger.
Loaders and equipment, continues to turn the 192 is almost impassable.
Large boulders, mud, and large rocks.
29 Edward 6, large boulders, mud, and rocks.
2901, the intersection of Coca-Cola is now blocked off by the flood.
The one intersection of Coast Village is blocked by the flood.
Mike, get in the car! Mike, get in the car! Get in the car, Mike! Get in the car! Get in the car! Back up. Get the PA on.
It seems the mudslide caught them off guard, but thankfully they survived the ordeal and were able to eventually drive to safety. However, it does show just how destructive and terrifying nature can be. Don't drink and drive. This next footage was caught on a police cruiser's dashcam on December 3, 2022, in Lansing, Michigan. It shows the dramatic moment a car loses control and rolls several times in front of a row of houses. Take a look. Luckily, the driver was not seriously injured, but was later arrested for driving under the influence, in an incident that could have been so much worse. Determined to escape. The truck the police are following in this video had failed to pull over and led the police on an 11-mile chase along the Ohio Turnpike that ended with the semi in a ditch and the driver in jail. Take a look at this craziness.
8 or 9, we're doing 53 miles an hour, no traffic. Okay. Looks like he's pulling over, he's losing it here. Oh, 31. 25.4, G25.4 in a bit.
The driver, Ricardo Kostick, drove erratically at speeds between 40 and 70 miles per hour, and despite repeated requests, failed to pull over. Eventually 2 police spikes were deployed, with the second one blowing his tyre and causing him to veer off the road. However, Ricardo tried to run after the crash, before eventually being held at gunpoint by police and remanded in custody. So that's 10 insane police dashcam videos. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next video.